And we're now live.
Hello
Yes.
to Stu and to everybody else out there. How are you doing this evening? You can't answer that. I don't know why I asked that. I'm just going to assume that everyone's having a fantastic time already, but it's about to get even more fantasticer. I think that's a word.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that, but let's roll with it. How are you doing tonight, Stu? It's good to see you. How's your Friday evening been so far?
I overcooked the dinner
Yeah.
and it was very salty, so I am very thirsty.
So what do we have tonight?
It was a fancy pizza from Aldi with garlic bread and halloumi fries, but I overcooked the garlic bread and the halloumi fries. So there was like a proper...
Okay, 1 out of 3 is not bad. So you got a little bit just there, man. Got a little.
Oh, there's a whole lot. Don't worry.
You could have brushed your teeth before we went live, man. Come on.
You're not going to be smelling my breath.
Cheers to everybody out there. I'm just finishing up a really fantastic beer that I've just discovered called Stew's Stag Bitter. It's really good, extra special. Apparently, it said in the bottle, and I believe it's Stu just having some kind of fit over to the left of me. I'm trying to tell the people about this fantastic beer discovery, man.
It's just when you start talking bull, it just kicks in.
Are you starting to get allergic to it? It's terrible.
Yeah, it's obvious now.
Just trying to get the engine started, the motor running.
Getting ready. Well lubricated.
Maybe it's a bit of a schoolboy error. Maybe I need maximum capacity for this evening's event. Do you want to tell everyone what we're doing tonight, Stu?
We are
I'll give you one hint. That's all you're getting.
Yes. They're not here, but their beer is.
Where? You said they're not?
They're not here.
Get me all excited for nothing again.
So, but their beer is 6 of them. And we're going to be drinking them, and we're going to be ranking them on this.
What did you call me?
We have the, what you call it,
We've
tier maker.
An advertisement for Premier Inn for some reason, but that's okay.
Covered in adverts. I can't get rid of them.
It's a bit distracting. Is that Mario in the corner there? Can we remove Mario, please, for the next hour?
So,
what?
This is the best I can do.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Clicking on the advert does not make it go away.
Your best will do, young Stuart. I'm happy with that.
See, it follows us. So here's our beers to select, but that advert is there to stay.
Okay, that's all right. We'll work around the AI advert.
Yeah, can't escape it.
No worries at all. The future apparently is here. I was enjoying that then.
There's no point having the ranking board up just yet. We've not tried any beer.
That's actually, that's a very, very good point. Let the people enjoy us in full shot for a little bit longer. People have wrote in the last couple of months, said they really like my curtains, so I'm trying to give them as much screen time as possible. They're right there, enjoy them while they last, guys. Like a nice cream color. They're a bit yellower now because of I smoke about 25 a day at the moment, so they're a bit yellower than they were when we first moved in. But just don't tell the landlord, guys. Keep it a secret between us and you, and I'll be happy. Thank you. We really want to hold on to that deposit. Stu, you look really thirsty. I can see it's very dry mouth because of the salt, the kind of the way that you cremated the food for tonight. I can see that there's some disappointment, but we're going to make you a bit happier with some fantastic beers. I have no idea how we're going to start this. Maybe you can introduce.
Reach behind me. I'll grab a cold one.
No, we can't start with S rank.
Okay.
Pick something shittier. Do you know what? I wish I'd have put the beers a bit closer.
Talking about shitty. God, it's
Get
like
flashbacks
watching
to
your.
my days at the Tesco kiosk.
Are you trying to scan your face?
That's $29.99, sir. Wasn't trying to, but it looked like it a little bit. You're going to start with the darkest beer?
You're telling me to pick, and you're getting more disappointed with each one I pick.
I knew.
Let's get the darkness out the road.
Okay. Okay. It's going to be all clear sailing after this. Rightio. So, yeah. We're going to start at March of the Penguins, are we?
Yes.
So,
a smooth, creamy stout.
Yes. This is, I think, one of my favorites of the line. Haven't had this one for a while. Was available for a short time in Lidl, which was awesome. Very rare to see William Bros on this side of the pond. So I'm looking forward to revisiting it tonight. You've had this before, right?
Yeah, it's everywhere. It's not that special.
Oh, okay, rubbing it in again.
I think it might just be a Sainsbury's exclusive.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, like this. I don't think that's normally in Aldi's or Lidl's. Majority of the other ones are, but I believe March of the Penguins or maybe Midnight Sun. That's another one of their dark beers.
Yeah, they're kind of a little bit interchangeable, to be honest, if I remember. Not a lot of distinction between the two, even though that one's a porter and this one's a stout, but they're still really good beers. That one's not actually in the best of six of the best. Sexy Six. What's the name of this pack again? Starter
like 6x2.
deck. There you go. That's correct. That's definitely not just made up on the spot. Should we crack this bad boy open?
Yes, we shall. Has your hands fallen asleep? What's going on?
Sorry, there was some issues with.
Sounds like there's issues. Oh Lord, vintage bottle opener.
Do you remember this one, do you?
Yes.
It's got my name on it. Name on too and everything. How fancy is that?
What a guy.
Some prick bought it for me and never got back in touch again. Yeah. But I'm not mad about it. Don't feel sad or anything like that. You got a big swally glass there, do you?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Since we're doing 6 beers tonight, and I can't drink 6 beers, I'm just going for a little 1/3 measures.
Stu's going to try his hardest, guys, but we don't want to get your hopes up.
No judging, guys. No judging. No, safe zone.
I, on the other hand, have not got anything to do tomorrow, so I'm probably going to be indulging just a tad. But I'm going to go with 7/8 instead of the usual. It
looks like it.
Do you want to get your tape measure out?
Don't just get away from the electrical device. Keep it back.
Yes, Dad.
So speaking of being a dad, I'm going to give my 2 a telling because they're loud.
Okay, you go for it. I'll just sit and look at it while you do that. Looking a bit distorted today. What's going on? I didn't know I'd selected the fisheye lens option. How's that? Talking to a mute audience again. I don't know what's wrong with me. I've only had one. Hey man, you okay? Just having some technical difficulties, but we sorted them.
Perfect.
As the kids.
They're fine. They're just hyper. They're on holiday for the next 2 weeks. So what can you expect?
the weekend combined with Friday vibes combined with holiday. I don't blame them, to be honest. How many Smarties have they had today? What did you
There's
allow
definitely E
them?
numbers, but
There's a couple of E numbers. What they've been indulging in today?
it's like tray bake, but it's like the homemade kind where biscuit base, too much caramel, chocolate, and then there's like Maltesers or Rolos on top, just slabs of it.
Tray baker, just a mess. I mean, it sounds like a delicious mess, but probably not one for the gram, eh?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I like what you did there.
Just in case I want to add chapters to this later.
Just
Make
in
it easy
case,
for myself.
in case you forget what we're drinking, it's right there. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers. Tastes okay.
Okay, is that the verdict?
Yeah.
I think that I really like it. Yeah, I really. It's solid. It's not like a overwhelmingly good stout. Oh, are you shouting again?
No.
Or you look like you're about to go and puke off camera.
I should have brought a little spit bin.
This isn't wine tasting, man. Come on, really doesn't get
Little
on with
big
stouts.
feet.
Clearly, just a rock solid stout. Really nice.
Okay, it does. Yeah, it's creamy.
Creamy, yeah, which is kind of more in the taste rather than the mouthfeel.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's quite a subtle taste to it. It's more. There's a slight nuttiness to it that you would kind of get with maybe your more dry Irish stouts, like kind of a. You know what I mean when I do this, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to see if I could pick up any of those characteristics as well, but maybe.
Definitely a roast flavor for sure.
Yeah. I think it might actually be dry as well. Like, it doesn't sort of linger.
No, I think that the roasted flavor lingers in the mouth quite a bit.
Yeah.
Not a lot else, but it's just a very kind of satisfying dark brew for me personally.
Yeah, it's a nice sort of neutral one. Where it's not too loud in flavour, or they're not throwing anything in.
No.
It's kind of sort of like how I like Iron Maiden's, Trooper beer, Fear of the Dark, where that's described as a traditional English stout.
Yeah.
And it's just, there's no nonsense. A nice, straightforward stout.
Similar style. Definitely similar taste, I think. Really good. I think we definitely benefit from like a cask presentation. I think it would really work. Kind of in that format. Really, really good stuff. If you want to get down to the nitty gritty with it, where does it stand in terms of a ranking?
I would say maybe bang in the middle. See, it's almost like we're gonna. Do we need two lists?
I think it's probably
because can we agree?
I don't think we can, but I think we should try for tonight. For one night only, we're going to try and agree on something. I feel like, I'm happy with that. I think a B feels right at the moment for me. Looking at the range, I have to confess, there's two that I've never tried before.
Oh,
I'm looking forward to seeing kind of where they're going to place. I've obviously got like a rough estimation in my head looking at the beers of the ones I've tried, where they're going to be. I'm trying not to look too far ahead and just stay in the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Employ that mindfulness to the beers and just enjoy it right here and now. But I think first, my initial assessment, I'm feeling B. I hope you're okay with that.
No, that's fine. I feel it is like
B's good.
yeah, a nice middle ground. So let's have a look. Cool. Sorry, I'm just doing some maintenance in the background.
You fiddling?
Yeah, just making sure we're sharing this to all the right places. Yep. Public. Let's go.
I was sorry.
You know
I was just enjoying the bubbles at the top there, really kind of taking it all in.
Yeah. I got charged a lot of money by StreamYard yesterday, which was nice.
Oh no, we're going on a StreamYard rant. I thought that would be after at least 4 or 5 beers.
Tips. So yeah, that happened.
Have we really been using it that much? Using and abusing it that much for charges?
No, they just decided. They just decided to charge us on the first of the month, and you know the usual. It went from let's see, I think it was something like $10 to $44.
Is that from the joint bank account, the logs account? Did they take it? I didn't see that transaction. Did they take it from there?
That would have been a little less painful if it did take it from there. But no, unfortunately, it was all from mine.
Oh, was it the holiday saver account?
They just decided to, increase their prices and scrap the tier that we were on and just bump us up to the next level.
I think there's something that we need to discuss in depth.
Cancelling the plan.
And I feel like we need to go back to recording it on camcorder onto VHS and then posting it to the fans. I feel like that was easier, more streamlined.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe we should discuss this after the show about going back to that plan. So you're saying fuck StreamYard, basically. You can look, just air it out. Air your grievances.
After tonight, yeah, we could probably cancel that plan, but I'm getting my money's worth tonight.
That's one way of looking at it. I think we actually completely forgot to mention orally. I know it's wrote down here somewhere, but we are celebrating 250 subscribers to channel. I think it's actually gone over that now. Maybe 260 to 70. I do not know what all of you are doing, subscribing to the channel. Some kind of charity effort, group charity effort. We really appreciate it either way. And we thought we'd put on a little special show for you tonight. You guys who are watching, all three of you, we really appreciate it. Hello, Scott. Thanks for joining us, man. Beer's good still. Pretty good. Cheers.
Stop switching. Going down a dark tunnel.
Dangerous. Okay. So we decided on that one. Anything more to add about March of the Penguins?
No, I think it's a nice, safe stout. Like if there was people looking for like sort of stout recommendations and Guinness wasn't for them, just something that you could pick up from the shop. Yeah, March of the Penguins would probably be a good shout.
Defo. Basic, rock solid, no frills, stout. Really enjoy it. Like you said, if you are looking for an alternative to your kind of readily available stouts, in particular the ones on the kind of dry Irish side, I think this is a very good shout.
Yeah. And it's gone.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, so maybe we should go with something a bit lighter.
Okay, are you picking this one?
If I have to, I'd
Just get
probably
one of the ones with the white caps.
the white cap. The white cap.
It's got a W on the top.
W on the top. Okay.
Birds and bees.
Now, I thought I would grab this one because it's a bit lighter. This is also one I haven't tried
Okay.
from the lads. This is a 4.3 gluten-free golden summer ale. Again, one of the core beers that I haven't actually managed to have a go on yet, so I'm looking forward to sampling it. I'm probably going to keep one dark beer glass and one light beer glass. That might, I don't know whether that's a good method or not, but we'll work it out as we go along. Now, have you had this one before, Stu?
Yeah, I've had it on tap. Maybe
Tap.
yeah, I had it once in Glasgow in the last year or so.
Okay.
Can't remember the occasion, but yeah, I was bar hopping with Mags, and I was just like, "Oh, that's a familiar face. Let's try that."
Nice. Very jealous, obviously, of the availability over there, and just the cask and the tap availability is,
Yeah,
enough to make me very envious. I know you were saying Sainsbury's, Magic Penguins was exclusive to Sainsbury's. Is that where
yeah,
you took me last time we went?
yeah. When we were in Edinburgh, the day after the stag do.
Okay, so is there a lot of them that are exclusive to Sainsbury's or just that one?
I think just that one. Like these, maybe most of that core range, at least 4 out of the 6 is in every supermarket.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, should we go for the
Gotta get
pour?
pour. Yeah.
How many glasses are you going to go through tonight?
I have 6 glasses. Thanks to Fierce Beer for a chunk of these.
Shout out to them. Right, here we go. Kind of looks how I would expect it to look.
Yeah, very carbonated.
Very carbonated, very kind of translucent. Got
Mm-hmm.
that classic like straw color that you expect with the golden ale.
Oh,
Maybe a bit more hop presence than I would expect with the golden ale. Like a very striking hop presence, like a earthy, very earthy. I don't want to say floral. I don't think.
No, it's not floral. It's
quite there, but planty. That's the word.
planty.
That's the word I was looking for.
Okay.
Again, I'm not really the biggest fan of golden ales, but there are a couple that I've tried recently, and I'm kind of warming up to them.
Okay.
So as they're not really kind of my forte in terms of what I really enjoy, but it's William Bros. How can we go wrong?
Yes.
Cheers, bud.
Cheers. It's light, isn't it?
Very light.
Tastes the flavors really, really subtle.
It's kind of like classic golden ale flavor to me. Very similar to how March of the Penguins was like a very rock solid example of the style.
Hmm.
This is similar. I don't, again, no frills,
Yeah.
nothing kind of too adventurous with it. Very kind of just straight down the middle in terms of flavor. Interesting. This one's got a bit more kind of carbonation, a bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit more of a kind of smoother mouthfeel.
Yeah.
I would
I could
think
agree with that.
compared to the March of the Penguins. It's got a very lingering hop taste to it as well.
Yeah. It's definitely one of the more hoppier, I guess, golden ales we've tried.
Definitely, yeah.
Thing is, I'm pretty sure a few of these might be just as hoppy.
Yeah,
Have
possibly.
you had the what was it, 7 giraffes?
That's
I
the other
believe.
one I haven't tried before, so I'm looking forward to trying that. But it's good. It's good. Are there any other golden ales that come to mind that are similar to this for you?
No, not off the top of my head. It's golden ale isn't really a style that I gravitate towards.
Yeah,
Um, so unless we were doing something for the channel, then yeah,
yeah,
we'd probably be buying them. But no, it's always more pale ales, IPAs, any IPAs.
yeah.
That always seems to be what I if I see something different in the supermarket, it's probably one of those styles.
I think there's obviously more you can do with an IPA, whereas with a golden ale, there's not a lot really you can kind of mess with, or a lot you can kind of add to it to make it experimental. Whereas IPA or like even sours, you could just add
Mhm.
anything you want. It seems, but I feel like the one golden ale that really started me kind of looking at golden ales in a different light was Adnam's Lighthouse.
Oh yeah,
Had that maybe I think I want to say last year now for the first time, and I really enjoyed it. I thought this is golden ales can kind of be something a bit different, or at least kind of be something that's maybe a bit more appealing to me. Really like that brew, very very nice. But I say, like you, not something I really gravitate towards, and not a style that I've had a lot of that I've really enjoyed, to be honest. But I think it's a good summer brew. Like, I
oh
know,
yeah,
I think a lot of bitter drinkers turn to golden ale in the summer because it's kind of like a lighter style of that. But it's always been maybe a bit too hoppy for me to put in the same category as kind of like a really good bitter.
yeah. It's definitely a good, strong alternative if people are just fed up with like drinking lagers and stuff. They're
Mm.
wanting something just refreshing, but with like just that wee bit flavor, that wee craftiness, like that wee hot profile.
Yeah, I think it's definitely something more for IPA drinkers than for bitter drinkers.
Mm,
I would think if you were going to take a break from the IPAs, I think Golden Ale is probably the next logical step.
yeah.
Where do you think it falls on the ranking? That's what I'm most interested in, Stu. A little peep inside that head of
Mm.
yours, see where you're at. I don't know
It's
what I was spreading then. Maybe some kind of skin flap or something. I don't know.
you're pulling back
Well,
the curtains to something.
we uh,
I'd be going for B or C. I'm not sure if we want to have a large baseline of B's, but and
birds
oh
and the
the
bees.
yeah, the
Or
alliterations there. Rank
I
B for birds and bees.
I don't know. I never had that conversation. My dad just said, "There's this, there's this.
Don't be
Make
a
it
fool.
happen."
Wrap your tool.
We never exactly. We never really had that talk. But I don't think it's March of the Penguin level. I personally am leaning more towards C. Like,
Oh, okay.
hold on. I think that those two, but flipped for sure for me. What do you think?
Like that.
If B was, say, I mean, if this was like a high school exam paper, then I'd say B plus for March of the Penguins, maybe B minus for Birds and the Bees. And because we don't have that, I would say probably C for
So
Birds and the
B.
Bees.
Okay.
Personally, so I thought we were trying to agree on this. I'm getting my own list. Fuck
Yeah,
this.
this is what happens, isn't it?
Could you just grab that? Just
That's temporary because this isn't
this
final
is
until we've tried all the beers.
100%. But that feels good. Do we have an? Is there an E or an F?
No.
Or how far do we go?
We could add more, but
I don't think there's gonna be no William Bros. It's an F. There's no way. There's
exactly.
no way.
Don't feel you need to drink all the beer.
No, I don't actually want to drink all that, so I'm gonna have a little break.
Yeah.
Decent beer, but I think C's kind of I think a very good estimation of its power. I think your pick next, Stewie boy.
Okay, just reaching behind me.
Was that random? Was it? Okay. If we must.
If we must.
Right.
Fraoch.
Fraoch. How do you pronounce it? Go again.
Ferrero Rocher. Focus.
Oh, is it chocolatey?
I almost
never
want
tried this one before.
you say the line from The Rock. You know that famous outtake of Sean Connery swearing at the elevator doors? Close your cunt.
I know the one, but why are we saying that though?
Just I don't know when I said Fraoch,
the Rock,
and then I was like, don't know. I was saying it enough times in my head to make Fraoch and close sound similar.
I didn't hear that.
Fraoch, yeah.
So one way to self-censor yourself. Right, okay, let's pull this sucker out.
Ah, yes, into the bin, I see.
I don't really want to. I'm just really comfy. I don't want to get up, to be honest. I'm gonna go with this.
No, I was calling you the bin.
Tissue, maybe something. Oh man, me! How dare you? It's not very nice, is it? If I was going to be a bin, I'd be one of those ones, with the foot pedal on, and it like pops open. I think it'd be one of them types. They're kind of cool, rather than your wheelie bins or
they step on your foot and you go, ah!
Anything like like that. It's kind of like an automated system technology. Yeah, right.
Oh.
Whoa! Hey. Very herbal, very medicinal.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a mint, kind of odd.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like it's not quite mint, but it's there, like a kind of more herbal, kind of mint in its kind of herbal form.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know why I'm doing that. Like I've got mint in my hand, but I do
yeah, it almost makes me think of like cough sweets, like tunes.
Yeah, those. But which are the bad boys that are like kind of a tan color? With bits, those
Oh, I know. I'm old, but I can't remember.
They're really good. They're
Mhm.
nice. They're good for a cold. Yeah, very like.
Soothers? No.
I think they got like a weird, not like a brand
Lime
name.
sip?
Not, that's a beverage. That's a hot beverage. That's completely different. I don't think there's a brand name. I think they're just like a thing.
It's kind of like a honey thing.
I don't think so. They're more just like a sweet mint taste. I don't know. Less about them though. More about Fraoch.
Fraoch.
Fr-
Fraoch.
Fraoch. Let's go with that. Cheers, bud.
Fraoch to you two.
Mm. It's fantastic. It's really fantastic. It's for me a cross between a Helles and like an old ale. It's got this aged taste, but with these floral notes.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a interesting kind of combination of flavors. What are your thoughts?
The smell is more prevalent than the taste. Like
You
it's
think
almost
so?
like for me that first mouthful was it's almost just lacking any taste. It would just kind of just felt like a clear cold beverage.
What? I can't agree with that.
There's a
I can't even pretend
there is
to
an
agree with
aftertaste.
you on this point. Like, okay, Stu, I see what you're saying, but I'm just like,
Like,
no, there's not. Really? Is that what you is? Because I think for me, compared to the last two brews, there's just so much more flavor. Like it's
No, I feel it's almost on level with birds and bees. Yeah, that was almost hoppier. Like for like flavor. When you take a mouthfeel and then a mouthful and you taste it, there's an aftertaste to begin with. Take
I
a
might
glug.
agree. I might agree with you that there's a lingering. There's more linger with the hot taste of birds and bees, but I think that's more. There's more like individual flavors. Like there's again the maltiness, the kind of floral hoppiness. There's a sweetness to it. It might not last as long as the birds and the bees taste, but I think there's more going on with this. And I think this might be William Bro's crowning achievement. Don't quote me on that, please. Actually, maybe do. My dream is to be featured on the back of a beer bottle.
Was there an F on here?
There's an FU. This is S rank for me, without a shadow. I would happily settle on A to meet you in the middle, but it's definitely above both of these.
This is a solid B, I think.
What? No way. There's no
way. Maybe we should slow down, and we're forgetting about all the blurbs on the back of the bottles.
This is true.
So, Fraoch, brewed in Scotland for 4,000 years. Heather ale is the oldest style of ale still made in the world. Brewed to a 16th century recipe with malted barley, sweet gale, and heather flowers. Fraoch has a floral, peaty aroma, full malt body, and spicy herbal flavour.
I think that's the most accurate bottle description ever, to be honest. I'm definitely getting all that. The spice is subtle. It's not like...
Yes.
Say, what was that? The last one we did, the habanero...
Oh, the
chili
mix
chocolate mix cake. It's not as intense as that, but
yeah,
there's definitely
that was 10%.
a subtle.
Right to the-
That was a bit of a difficult one to work our way through, but yeah, this has got like a more subtle spice to it for sure, but it's still there. Just a great brew,
Right.
just great flavor.
I'll settle for A.
I think that's
It's
a very
okay.
good call for now.
It is. It almost just makes me think of like an old-fashioned cough medicine.
I like old-fashioned cough medicines, honestly. You know, I'm a real sucker for a bit of night nurse on a wet, windy day in the suburbs. I
Okay.
also like the cough
The
medicine.
suburbs of Birmingham.
You know, the suburbs of Birmingham.
Yes,
You know,
Alabama.
you know how we get down. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not marrying my cousin next week, Stu. Come on, this is completely
I've got
different.
what you call it, the Edinburgh Comic Con this weekend, and all the celebrities are coming in. So, I'm so excited to be here in Edinburgh. Like not one of them has got it right yet.
Who are we talking about? Anybody that you're actually looking forward to?
Personally, for me, you've got Mick Foley, so that's my main reason to go see the hardcore legends. But I think that the big names for them is Simon Pegg, Charlie Cox, a few of the cast of Cobra Kai, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and her aunties.
Sabrina's there. And both aunties.
Both aunties.
Oh, no one told me about that, dude.
The cat's probably taxidermy at this point, so that's probably like
don't say that about Silent. That's horrible. I have nightmares tonight. Please.
I think he was a puppet to begin with.
What?
Yeah.
You're gonna tell me Santa Claus isn't real next, you piece of shit.
I mean, come on, Clarissa knows it all.
That was close. That was good.
That was good. Too deep. Okay. I forget
there's
a
there
between us.
Were you practicing that before? There's only a couple of years, man. Come on. Talking like there's a whole decade or something. Just a few months, few wee months. Still enjoying that?
Yeah, it's medicinal.
You do think though it's above the previous two beers, right?
It's more unique than the others.
That's true. That's a point that we have not made.
Like it's something. If there was someone that I knew had quite a taste for, like, you know, like people sort of like us that are a bit more like will explore weirder, wonderful craft beers that wouldn't be afraid to try a Heller Ale, and it's not just for someone wearing tweed, sitting by a fireplace in the Highlands.
This is a Scottish farmer's beer, you're telling me, but there's so much more than that.
Fancy farmer's beer, yeah. They've ripped off someone else and bought their way in.
It could, like it could kind of be disguised as a craft beer, maybe.
Well, it's 4,000 years old.
I kind of get that.
It's that one was like they were craft before there was craft. I liked them before everyone else. Vibe to
it.
Now, this isn't a hipster beer. Now. This is the original craft beer.
I liked them before they were popular. Okay, guys.
Yeah.
Come on. I liked it when there were 3 people at the concert and not 300,000. All right, dudes. Come on.
At the Tap takeover.
I've got their demo on 6-inch floppy disk. Okay, guys. So
I've got the 330 mil. I've got the 500 mil. I've got the 750 mil.
So leave me alone.
My growler full of Fraoch.
I didn't get that then. That probably needs a bit of translation. If you could add subtitles somewhere.
Ah, no.
Here for when I'm watching it back.
I'm becoming Scottish again.
As I do. Not since Edinburgh. Well, I think probably Glasgow. To be honest, I felt fully Scottish that weekend.
You're
I felt like I'd earned
by
the
fully
kilt.
Scottish people.
Huh?
Moving on.
Just assume my ethnicity. That's not cool, man. It's
Okay.
2024, dude.
All right, Tom, reach
I
down
can
and
be
pick up a
Chinese
beer.
if I want to.
I can't answer that
Give up.
without getting us cancelled.
Just give up. Okay. I think your choice next, is it? No.
Nah, I reached around and picked up. As soon as I said that sentence,
I knew it was coming tonight at some point. Okay.
I opened my mouth and there it was.
Why would you do that? Delicious. Right, I think let's go with a classic. And first Williams Bros beer I ever tried. Joker IPA.
Joker.
So yeah, for years, well, I say for years, it's still the exact same situation. It's pretty much the only Williams Bros I could get down here for some reason. I don't know why. Never seen it in pubs, but certain bottle shops, select newsagents. This was always there. So I want to say this is the first one I tried, to be honest. And I remember shortly afterwards trying it. Shortly after trying it in the bottle, trying it actually in Scotland. I think I want to say the night before you and me met last time in Glasgow.
Yes, I remember you telling me about this.
I was with Williams Senior, and just a great rock solid IPA. Again, very kind of indicative of the classic style of IPA, like same as we'd previously experienced with March and Birds and the Bees. I think this is going to be. It fits kind of within that category. Are you ready for some Joker love?
Yes.
Yeah?
Frankly, nothing to do with, what's it? Joker 2. I'm not going to try and pander to the French title.
So this tastes like Lady Gaga, right?
What would it even taste like?
Like meat. I've seen the way she dresses.
Yeah, that was the only frame of reference I had as well.
Full of protein.
Yikes.
Okay, let's do it. Let's go for the pour.
Oh, I remember now. Sean Connery joke.
Okay.
Where he was telling the doors to close, you cunt. I'm saying, focus, you cunt. That's what it was.
I think just the right amount of Sean Connery jokes tonight. I think personally. We had a certain allowance, and I think
we spent it already.
We've spent it up during the last 48 minutes or so, but I'm not counting.
Nice golden colour.
Nice golden colour. A bit darker than the Birds and the Bees, slightly darker than the Birds and the Bees.
Less carbonation.
Similar carbonation, I think, for me.
Very lively when I poured it.
Yeah. This one's got that kind of classic English IPA kind of hoppy meatiness for me. Didn't you say cheers? Like, I mean, what am I? I'm literally sitting here staring at this beer, waiting for you to say cheers. And
oh, sorry. I just noticed we're live on Instagram, by the way. Cheers. And there's a whole load of comments we've not been paying attention to.
Oh, shit. We probably should have a look at them, to be honest. Cheers.
I don't think I could post them, but I could reiterate them from what I see here.
Okay, let's
I'm
shout some people out.
going to try and put Hader Q2.
Oh yeah, I might know that guy.
Yeah. What's the most surprising or unusual place you've enjoyed a beer? And how did that experience change your appreciation for it?
That's a very sensible question from Hader Q. I don't know what he's been doing today, but obviously different kind of mind frame than he's usually in. Hey Hader. What was the question again?
What's the most surprising and unusual place you've enjoyed a beer?
I once
Is
joined
Scotland
the
an unusual place?
Scotland is very unusual, but I once joined the Mall Hall Club on the way to Amsterdam. I snuck in a couple of Banks's milds in my socks. Don't incriminate yourself. So they were cracked open on the way there. Probably the strangest place I've ever drank is behind the wheelie bin at the back of Caspian Pizza, a strange place. Because if
That
so, then
definitely sounds strange to me.
beers have been drank there. You know that Caspian's up in Scotland now.
Yeah, there's got to be a couple of them kicking about.
Couple, you doing a search now? Or you look like you're having a quick search.
I'm doing
Why
this.
is
I'm
that
adding our
like that?
questions to the screen.
But yeah, probably one of the most unusual places I've ever enjoyed a beer, and how did the experience change your appreciation for it? Would be tonight with Stu. I drank a beer and decided that I'm kind of done with drinking. It was a very quick moment. It was swift, and I decided that that's it. I'm going teetotal. I've had enough. So I hope you enjoy the stream with just Stu on his own, going solo.
It'll look a little like this. Oh, let's change all this. That's a good order.
That's trash. That's a trash order. I was watching as a fan then. I was like, no, that's trash. What about you, Stu? What's the strangest place you've had a beer? Is it in the back of a taxi in Glasgow on a Saturday afternoon?
Oh, you're probably right. That's
Did
it
you
wasn't even
appreciate the
in
beer then?
it. The thing is, my first answer was going to be at the Cart and Horses.
But why is that strange?
Because I was in London drinking, and I never do that. So
That's true.
and
That's true.
having Iron Maiden beer readily available, so that was
It
unusual.
was amazing. Yeah. Very,
But
very, very cool.
having to jump out of an Uber to quickly crack open a tin of Pogo, and down like we were given like 60 seconds by the Uber driver. And honestly, if you're anyone's looking back at this, go check out the podcast. Can't tell you what season it is, but that might be a good clip to send to Alien Audio. Thinking of
I
it
think it
out
was
loud.
the White People seasoning, I think.
So,
Just season 3.
we were having to get out of a taxi, and this was the point where we were still a podcast. We weren't recording video. There was nothing. So I had a phone recording audio as I jumped out of a taxi, chugged a beer outside, and then jumped back in the taxi and thanked the guy for not leaving us behind.
And we still got a 5-star rating. So what can I
Yeah.
say? Do you remember who made that beer? It was we did
Wild Beer Co.
Wild Beer. We did another one of the beers in the show.
Yeah, not Midnight Sun.
The Naper, I think it was, which is really nice.
We done an episode with 2 of their beers, the Millionaire Chocolate or the Millionaire Shortcake.
Was it
It was a salted caramel stout.
Maybe? I remember the Naper that they did because I remember the blue can, and that was delicious.
Yes, it was like
I don't remember the stout though.
It was like Under a Haze or Hazy Summer.
Yeah.
I remember the cans too because I
We've done a lot
definitely
of
spilt beer
research
that
for this
night.
show, guys. There was definitely a bit of spilled beer, mainly in the Uber, to be honest.
That's what he was trying to avoid.
Nice didn't charge us for that.
Rascal and Disco beer review. Number base congrats, beautiful beery peeps. Happy damn Friday. Cheers. Hashtag disco.
Rasco, these are just words that have been put together. I don't think this actually qualifies as a sentence, but I really appreciate you chiming in, bud. Hashtag disco. Fantastic. Disco sucks is what I've seen that on a t-shirt before, and I don't know whether I agree with it or not. It's a bold statement, but
And
thanks
now
for being
for
here.
a time paradox. I'm talking to myself.
Yeah, why is that? Could you explain yourself?
I would like to believe maybe my child has gotten a hold of like the iPad and has
I would
decided
be
to be
worried.
smart.
I'd be concerned about your PayPal account and the balance that is left on there, to be honest, Joe. Mom
So
would look
I could
into
hear
that.
cackling in the
I
background.
was going to say, if you want to stop the show and check that out, investigate, I think that's absolutely okay. Wouldn't hold that
I
against you.
think we could probably just get back to talking about this.
So yeah, we did. Not Double Joker. Was it Double Joker? Sorry.
Yeah, we've reviewed Double
Yeah.
Joker.
I just was trying to think of the name. And I remember us being a bit disappointed because it wasn't very. It was advertised as a Naper, but it wasn't very Naper. But it was a bit more flavorful, slightly more. But I think this just works really well as like a just rock solid IPA, like I was saying with the previous brews.
Yeah.
Just very good examples of their chosen profession. Do you know?
Yeah. Definitely. But yeah, hello to the old STD. Thanks for popping in.
I didn't notice that. You need to kind of change that quickly, but I'm sorry, but that needs to go.
And I think that's the whole point behind the name. So
think
they know what they're doing.
I
Fair
think
play
there's
to
a
them.
good antibiotic that you could probably take for that if you are struggling. This is a place to be open, and you can talk about that. If there's any oozing going on, just please contact
Back to the
Miss
Joker.
Stu, and we will help you with that. I've experienced.
I've had this on tap a few times. I was in the heavy metal bar on Rose Street. I think it was called the Black Rose, and they had a Williams Brew tap.
That's exactly where I had it the night before I met you, bud. That's where me and Big Tony, Fat Tony, was.
Poor Tony.
Yeah, really good vibes there, and they had that on tap, and it was fantastic. And I think it's even a bit better in terms of flavor on tap.
It was weird because I think I got served it in a Guinness glass. And
see that you dock points for that, definitely. If it's not in a glass that you want to steal, then there's something going wrong. And we've all got Guinness glasses. Come on, guys, we've got tons.
There was what you call it, the soundtrack, the Spotify playlist that was on a projector above us. It was the Offspring. It was sort of like your peak new wave, new metal playlist. So we were getting
playlist.
Yeah, like
nice.
Like POD, the Offspring. So it was quite to Papa Roach. It was like, man, I am old drinking. I remember all these tunes.
Blast of the past, or blast from the past. In this instance, man, amazing. Yeah, I really liked that bar. That was good. I think at that point, me and Dad were struggling to get anything other than Tenants. So to actually go somewhere where there was something a bit different, and in this case, Williams Bros was fantastic. Is Rasco? Here he is. He's doing double duty. Legend. How's that bitter working for you, Rasco?
I think he might be saving it for us. We owe him a live stream.
Very, very nice of him. We don't owe him anything. Okay. What? Why
And
is
also,
why is it a big eye? Just let me know.
I think I banned my son from the stream. So.
You banned yourself?
It says Stuart Sutherland was banned and their comments were removed.
I can still see you.
This is like a looper thing. You know, Bruce Willis and Joseph Gordon-Levitt with like a weird putty nose.
Yeah, but why do they think that looked good? I don't think it ever looked good, to be honest.
So it's sort of like a nose was good, and then he caught a door and his nose was flat, and it's too late.
The nose was good, but the door wasn't. I didn't believe the door for a second. I didn't think it was real.
Now, the line I think that was repeated often in those American Pie movies. Yo, STD.
I do remember that. Yeah, it's the famous line. Thank you, Rasco, for that. Just kind of really keeping the very cerebral, deep conversation going, and I really appreciate you for that.
Now, my question to the guys watching: what was the last Williamsboro beer that you've gotten to try?
What was the last long brown willy that you put in your mouth, guys? We need to know.
Jesus Christ, Tom.
Right now. That's what you're asking, right?
Yeah, just listen to me, guys. Don't listen to him.
How
cool is that logo, by the way?
That defeats the object of
it almost looks like
podcast.
Like the Hop W symbol looks like something that you could get branded with.
Yes, like I feel like I'm cattle when I see it, and I'm a bit scared, to be honest, like a bit terrified, but in awe of it at the same time. While these guys are figuring out what STD they have, where are we ranking the Joker?
Let's bring it up. Let's take off the.
Hold on, but did you not adjust this? I know there was.
I believe everything is correct, Your Honor.
But what's this? This is.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on here?
So, right. Oh, sorry, I'll move them back.
Whoa, no.
Right.
I don't know. I thought this was a collaboration.
Okay.
Rather than
base level.
A separation. Which is what it's kind of pushing towards.
Okay.
Yes.
Right, there we are.
Feels good. That feels good.
Right.
Joker.
Now, we have the Joker IPA.
B?
Let's put it in B to start with and then find a place for it.
I think B's very... It feels right. Yeah. Again, because it's kind of extremely iconic, had its own spin-off beer or its own variation beer, do we score it more points for that? Or are we just strictly scoring on taste?
It's
because I feel like it's A- or it's B+, maybe somewhere in the middle.
It's kind of there.
Yeah, I think personally.
Yeah. So,
but at the same time, I don't think it's on the level of Fraoch. So I think if we have to decide one of these, A or B, it's going to be B.
Yeah, I do think it is better than March of the Penguins.
Interesting. More easy to drink, almost.
It's just kind of got more going on. Yeah, it's maybe more, or it's more towards my tastes. Like this is definitely something I would enjoy. Like, right, you're going to the shop. You only have £2. What are you gonna get? And you're faced with. It's like, I would more likely pick Joker over March.
I think that's extremely fair. I think it's extremely fair. I think that both. I think for me, Fraoch being A is because there's a lot more flavor to it and different flavors. I think B's pretty good, or B makes sense because it's very good at kind of one certain flavor or bringing that flavor. But again, if you're marking on that, then Birds and the Bees would kind of be there as well. But for some reason, I feel like Birds and the Bees is like slightly behind. March, you've got the roast kind of flavor. Joker, you've got that kind of classic hoppiness. Birds, you've got the hoppiness as well. But I just feel like the presentation itself slightly behind.
The rest,
I can't say why though. For some reason, I don't know why, but it might just be personal preference. But I think it's definitely a notch below.
Okay, so keeping it as it is.
I'm quite happy for now with that. Yeah.
Just quickly send the message. Actually, this goes back with a comment.
Legend, absolute legend. Cheers, Disco. We hope that we can definitely enjoy a few brews with you soon, buddy. And we hope that there's not a gap in your infrastructure, because if there is, Cisco can help you fill it.
Okay.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean, Stu. Okay. What's next up, man? We doing a new one for me personally next, or
go for it?
Okay, so next one we're gonna do one I have not tried, 7 Giraffes, which is an extraordinary IPA. Interestingly,
some claim
it's a 5.1. This is called 7 Giraffes because it's got an eclectic blend of 7 varieties of malted barley with hops from around the world and wild elderflowers. Interesting. It says here not to drink more than 14 units per week, but I feel like we've drank 13 tonight, so fuck the place and all that.
Jesus.
Don't bring him into it. He ain't gonna help you.
Yeah, I realised as soon as I said it, I was like, probably. All right, I'm going.
Oh, Buddha. Shit. So you wouldn't hear that, would you? Generally. Don't know if people just bring Jesus into it. Right. What's a sniff of this one? Are we still checking out comments before the sniff?
No. I'll just type it in the banner.
Repping us. Thank you, man.
I'm not sure if it is 7 Giraffes or are we going factual and 7 Giraffes.
7. Wow. Okay. Yeah, because this guy's like a hidden. What would you call it? Like an optical illusion, almost.
Was it?
Very muted odor.
There is a smell.
A lot more muted compared to our previous brews, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested to see what it pours like, to be honest. I'm thinking maybe a bit darker than the previous couple.
It looks it.
A little bit, yeah. A little bit. We're hopefully going to get a bit more out of it in terms of the smell while it's in the glass. Okay, there's a bit more of a
There's not a lot going on.
There's not a massive amount going on, but what I can smell, it's got like a spiciness to it. Like
okay.
Can't quite put my finger on what it is, but it's definitely different. Like a sour smell to it.
That's interesting.
Is that something you're getting?
No.
Am I on my own with this one?
You're on your own,
as per usual. Okay, I think the only thing we could do now is go for the
go for a wee glug.
Cheers, buddy. Happy 250.
Exactly.
Here's to at least 10 more. I think we've actually done that. I think it's 270 or something like that. So
Drink the beer.
here's to 25 more. This is probably, I think actually this is the strongest of tonight's lineup, and I'm not getting that at all. It kind of tastes the weakest, bizarrely.
Okay. Yeah, because they are all, let's see, 4.9, a couple 5s, a 4.3. So yeah, so far this is the strongest, but I don't think I've got a lot of taste there. Maybe a little maltiness.
I'm really struggling to get a lot from it. I think that I will say there's a good malt hops kind of divide,
Okay.
or like a kind of very evenness in terms of both of those categories, but maybe a little bit lean towards more hoppiness, seeing it as it's a IPA, but it doesn't taste like a lot of IPAs I've had in the past. It's interesting, very interesting. It's
Off the back of the bottle, 7 Giraffes combines. Jesus.
7 Giraffes, Kurt Cobain.
7 Giraffes combines an eclectic blend of 7 varieties of malted barley with hops from around the world and wild elderflowers to create a refreshing, aromatic, and Moorish beer.
I think it's the one beer tonight that's kind of it's kind of knocked me off my.
Sorry to talk over you, but does
Go on,
that blurb on the back oversell it?
A little bit, yeah. It's kind of knocked me out of kind of like reviewer mode almost. Like I'm drinking it and I'm just like, but like I'm struggling to kind of think of what to say about it. It's very.
It's an enigma.
It's yeah. It's like it's. I think the beer that we've had tonight that's closest to it is probably Birds and Bees.
Okay.
It's genuinely got that same kind of hoppiness to it, but there is a bit more malt, like a bit more of a kind of dark malt flavor.
Yeah.
But I don't know whether there's anything else to it, but I almost feel like it's the most sessionable of tonight. Do you know what I mean?
No.
I feel like that's the one that it's a very good. It's almost like leaning into American pale ale territory, which is kind of like a good divide between hoppiness and maltiness, and I feel like it's there. It's like straight down the middle between like in terms of like a perfect beer. Not saying this is a perfect beer, but this is like kind of a good example of what a perfect beer would be in terms of the evenness or the divide between malt and hoppiness.
Right. It's
like an all rounder, right? That's how I would describe it.
In my head, I can't get past the thought that obviously this is our second IPA, so I'm comparing these. Which Joker IPA and this extraordinary IPA. And I'm just trying to think which is better.
I feel like Joper is Joper.
Yeah, there's a wee Thornbridge collab.
This is I think
your mat down.
I feel like Joker's more of a traditional IPA taste. This is less of a traditional IPA taste. This is definitely more maybe kind of APA, like I said. But it's pretty good. It's just not mind blowing. It's not just it's just not anything special.
Okay.
but I almost feel like in terms of beer, it's like I said, really good all rounder. I feel like if you liked any different types of beer and you kind of jumped on this one, I feel like it would please a lot of different fans or fans of different beer.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it's difficult trying to figure out where to place it.
It's hard, man. It's very hard,
Mhm.
but it is a very kind of even tasting beer. It's difficult. I
Well,
think
I will. I'm going to give. Let's see. I'm going to give you time to mull over it because unfortunately, I'm going to have to make my first toilet break of the night.
Do you know what? I'm going to probably do the same. I think this is a good time to.
So let's leave the screen up, and we'll be back in a couple minutes.
really annoying. They just want you for your good looks, like, you know what I mean? It's like there's nothing else to it. It's like, fuck how good your personality is. I just want you for your good looks. Like, do you know what I mean? And obviously your money as well. And hey, Stu, you okay?
Yeah, bud.
I was having a convo with the old missus there, the old ball and chain. I didn't see
Yeah.
you pop up there. Yeah,
Okay.
you bastard. What's going on?
Right. We're ready to let's get ranking online.
Okay, let's go. Is there a gap in your infrastructure, or have you sorted that out?
I'm sure Cisco's going to take care of that.
All that guy's interested in is thongs. He's definitely not going to have a look at your infrastructure, bro.
It kind of looks like Jeff Goldblum trying to figure out how to connect to
I
the
was-
Wi-Fi on his tablet.
I was going to say that, yeah, from like a distance, like squinty-eyed, he definitely does.
Mhm.
We were thinking about how we were going to rank 7 giraffes. It's a difficult one, man. It's a difficult one.
We need to find out, is it better or worse than Joker IPA?
Really difficult. I'm leaning towards C. I don't think it's on the level of March or Joker. It's maybe not as kind of distinctive as those two, but it's rock solid, and that's kind of how I felt about Birds and the Bees. So maybe I would put it there. What do you think?
I think it's more flavorful than Birds and Bees.
Okay.
I would put in B. Well, I would be.
I think if you're gonna put that in B, I would move Fraoch to S, and I would
How
put.
about that?
I think March is A as well. Personally, for me, whether it's as good as Joker IPA, I don't know, but I feel it's kind of the same quality.
You still have both beers. Take a swig of each.
Joker, March.
No, not March. I'm talking about Giraffes. IPA.
Okay, let's do this. Joker tastes more like an actual IPA to me. This tastes like some strange hybrid style,
Extraordinary.
possibly, but I don't taste the extra ABV in this. I mean, I know it's only like an extra 0.1, but it's more evenly blended, I feel, and I think that if we're gonna boil it down, I mean, look, Joker, March, should we do that?
Like that.
Okay, I think so. In terms of the quality, let's do.
I'm not trying to enable you. You don't need to go for the
Sounds like
swig
you are.
test.
I think they're both A for me, personally.
Okay. I'm happy with that.
They just feel like A's to me, to be honest. That looks about right. I think that I don't know because the Fraoch seems to be lowering a little bit on my screen. Stu, it's saying D on my end. Stu, it's saying settings on my end. Is that correct? This is a sham. This is a fucking
better visibility,
sham.
simplified operations, award-winning performance. Get Cisco Secure Firewall.
Cisco, you need to chill with that, man. Like, no, that's definitely not right. That's 100% not right. No way. No way. She knows.
See,
She knows.
there,
what's
I've
up.
corrected it for you, Bernie.
To be fair, she knows what's going down. But also
Sorted.
she's a liar, so there's that as well. Fraoch's S rank without a shadow of a doubt.
Well, S is lower than D on the alphabet, to be honest.
See, I'm using the Spanish alphabet.
C.
So we C.
Okay, I'll go
D.
for C.
You could. I just feel like I just feel a bit kind of put off really with the ranking. Disco's right. It's very difficult. Extremely
don't
difficult.
listen to him.
I think 6 was too many. We shouldn't have done this. But yeah,
I've been saying that for weeks.
You fucked up with weeks, more like 2 months.
This was originally like a summer thing, wasn't it? And then I bumped you off for WWE SmackDown.
I think, to be honest, the stag do got in the way. To be fair, man, I think that's the main reason that we have Cigar City Civilization. It sounds terrible. Sorry, Daniel Stonewall. No, JLA. That doesn't say Tampa. Florida IPA. I'm sorry, man. No.
It's a bold claim, my friend.
You guys are good at guns and barbecue meat. Just leave the beers to us, man. Honestly. Thank you, Daniel, though. Appreciate that. Shout out to you.
Okay, right. Let's sort things out. Does this make you feel better?
Yes. Can we call Scott though and ask him? Because I need to.
Are you able? Like,
I need to know.
You could try.
Just give him a bell. I feel bad ranking without him.
I don't believe this is. This isn't Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Are we breaking GDPR? GDPR.
I'll put his number in chat.
Your call is not recognized. Please check the number. If you need help, call the operator on 100 from your mobile.
You can't even call your best friend. I'll do it.
Why do we do this to me? Piece of
He's blocked you again. Incredible podcasting material. We're not even podcasting, but let's see. Can you hear this?
I can. Chris Tarrant.
Stuart?
Scott,
Hello, sir.
you're on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? We've got 60 seconds. We have
Don't do this to me. Go on.
Williamsboro beers. Have you had any?
No.
Come on.
I'm wasting my lifeline.
Scott, you've had Joker. Come on, man. Come on.
I might be able to answer you. Go on.
Okay. Which is better? Fraoch, Joker, March of the Penguins, 7 Giraffes, or Birds and Bees? I know this sounds like Noah's Ark, but I swear to you, it's beer.
Right. I think I lied to you then because I've had Joker.
Was that the best?
Considering I haven't tasted any of the others, yes.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
It's fine.
Is it Jeremy Clarkson?
It's worse. It's Tom Kent Williams.
Oh,
And-
God. Can you hear me?
He can.
Scott,
We're live
Scott,
on the
I can hear you,
Largalogs,
babe.
live on
No.
YouTube and possibly Instagram.
So I can't swear, I can't say fuck or bugger.
No, you cannot,
Oh,
Mr.
okay.
McCall.
Scott, I was saying,
Joker. Oh, that's my final answer.
can you hear me?
Okay,
I don't think you
perfect.
can.
Thank you. Goodbye.
No worries. Thank you. Goodbye.
Dude, he wasn't interested in speaking to me.
He
Apparently
didn't
we
block
talked
my
too
number.
much.
That's all I'm saying.
That's good. That's good. That's good. So Joker for him, top of the
Yep.
pops. I don't know about S rank. I wouldn't.
You're right. You're right. It pushes the rest down.
I don't know whether Birds and Bees is D though, man. But I think 7 Giraffes is better. Do you know what? I'm happy with that. Let's leave that. Fraoch
Aye.
needs to switch with Joker, but other than that, I'm okay.
We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
I'm not sure if anyone is brave enough in the comments to tell us otherwise.
We'll see. Last one of the evening, the Caesar Augustus. Now, this is one that
This is the hybrid.
I think it was part of the Aldi beer festival, like maybe 2 years ago now, I want to say so.
Yeah. Hybrid refreshment.
If I remember, really interesting beer. Going for the pour.
Add the cheeky banner.
Quite muted smell to it. Not a lot, really, in terms of the smell. I don't think.
What's left of the old Trooper bottle opener?
That's been battered, man. I think we need to replace that at some point. Jeez Louise.
Yeah. What do you expect? It was free with Metal Hammer.
That's what I would expect, yeah.
Hey, still works.
Still got it.
Oh. Quite strong flavours.
What do you get, man? 'Cause I'm not getting that much, to be honest.
There was like a skunkiness.
I was going to say it's quite a strong smell, but it's quite muted. It's not too kind of in your face.
Mm-hmm.
Reckon we should probably drink it, to be honest. Hello, bearded beer blog. Sorry, the underscore threw me. Cheers, bud.
Cheers. I won't drink out the brown bottle. Class. Very light, fairly carbonated liquid.
It's smooth. The one thing I do feel like 4.1. I feel like the can was maybe a higher ABV, especially when it first came out. Like I just feel like I remember it being a bit more of a higher ABV, maybe 5 point something.
Yeah, but it's bizarre to see that this is the lowest. Just the lightest beer we've drank.
It's almost like a light version of the Birds and Bees, like a less intense version of that. I think.
Right. You're going to have to stall for a second. Be right back.
Okay. A bit nervous, guys. You guys, do you like beer? That's a question for everyone in the comment section. Having some issues with gas right now, so can we pass it back to Stu? Stu's.
We broke the seal, so now I need to pee every 10
Yeah,
seconds.
there was a lot of peeing going on. Very long pee earlier. What's the verdict, Stewie?
It is like before I did proclaim that this is my favourite Williams Brew beer.
Did you? I don't remember that
Yeah,
happening.
we did a beer Heaven and Hell with Mark from Mark's Craft Beer Reviews or Craft Beer Hub.
The Craft Beer Review, which is unfortunately defunct.
Yes,
No, we miss you,
I
Mark.
said this was my favourite beer. But after trying so many different beers tonight, it seems pale in comparison to the other guys.
It's I think that God, if it was on its own, I was trying this on its own. I feel like I'd probably, in terms of my assessment, it's probably closer to 7 Giraffes. That's kind of like a middle ground. It's not too IPA-y. It's not too bittery. It's kind of somewhere in the middle. I feel like because of the beers I've had before, it's kind of hitting as maybe not so special. But I feel like it's not too bad, but I almost feel like there's not a lot to it, to be honest. There's definitely a sweetness. I think that's probably the one element that has got over everything else. That there is a sweetness to it, but I don't know, man. I do remember enjoying it more in can form. I'd be intrigued to find out whether the ABV has dropped or whether the ingredients have changed. Yeah, but I remember enjoying it a bit more when I first had it, like a year or two ago. But it's kind of same as the 7 Giraffes for me. It doesn't really stick out. Like, it doesn't really have like a distinctive style for me, so it'd be hard to rank it, to be honest. Bit of a difficult one. But I do feel like, so maybe compared to 7 Giraffes, there's a bit more hoppiness. It's probably a little bit more in IPA territory than 7 Giraffes.
Yeah. Strangers.
For an IPA like lager hybrid,
yes.
When you state in that on the bottle, I suppose you're kind of getting at that there's an easy drinking factor to it with a bit more of a hoppiness, which I will say that it does definitely. It's only slightly kind of veered off lager territory into IPA. I don't think it's like too kind of full into IPA territory like you would expect, or how Joker is. So I feel like if you were wanting to go down that kind of route, if you were a lager drinker, I think this is a pretty good next step. But in terms of on its own as it stands, especially like amongst the other Williams Bros beers, I couldn't rate it very highly, to be honest. Like, it just doesn't do anything differently. Yeah. I know it's your favourite. Is it still your favourite? Is it still your favourite after tonight?
I feel like I have contradicted myself. But it might have been different if we started with this beer. It might have been like that beer nostalgia. I remember this because it's refreshing, it's light.
Are you talking about your first experience with a can, Stu?
No, I've definitely bought this a few times since then. I mean, this is the one I had to go back to the shops this week and buy again because I accidentally necked it.
How was that time though for you?
It was easy, just nice, crisp, easy drinking beer, evaporated in the glass right in front of my eyes.
Yeah.
So, if you're curious, on the back of the bottle,
I
it is
am.
described as a revolution in refreshment and flavour. Our award-winning lager IPA hybrid has all the crisp, clean notes of the finest lager with the discreet, bitter finish of a well-balanced IPA. It's not confused about what it wants to be. It's simply the best of both worlds.
Both worlds. I don't know about that. I feel like 7 Giraffes tasted to me like the best of both worlds. It was probably equally appealing to bitter drinkers and IPA drinkers. This is just a slightly sweet IPA. I don't know. If you were a lager drinker primarily,
Mhm.
and you want to make that kind of initial step into like IPA territory, I think this would be a good call. But I don't think there's anything massively IPA about it.
It's definitely it's more different than drinking a lager. There's a hoppiness.
A muted hoppiness, I think.
I'm not sure whether we want to blame that on the percentage. 4.1. Like if that was a 5,
Maybe. But I don't think, like, taste wise, I don't think the hoppiness is like as appealing or as kind of to the forefront as some of the other beers that we ranked tonight.
Yeah. I mean, it is tasty. I do enjoy drinking that, but I
It's
think
smooth.
after trying 5 different beers before it and then coming to this one, it's almost like it's been pushed to the back of the line.
I think you might be right. I think doing Caesar Augustus just out of 7 Giraffes is because they're quite similar beers. Yeah, maybe too similar. They're maybe not as distinctive, but I would probably put it maybe, if we're talking about ranking, exact same level as 7 Giraffes. I think it's, I think so. I think that looks still. Fraoch is S, Joker is A, but if we want to come to some kind of agreement,
okay, you're clearly uncomfortable. Are we wanting to switch them around?
Those
top
two,
seats.
in terms of me, in terms of
It's
my
top heavy.
In terms of my kind of assessment, I reckon Fraoch's definitely no.
Okay. Yeah, I feel there's a balance, like a weight's been lifted off my chest.
No. Definitely not.
The chat could agree with me. This is perfect.
I know the smiley face has got 55.1k likes, but I would like to say that my face right now is sad looking at the Joker IPA as number one. Can we do poopy? What's the poopy levels on? Can we look 23? Wow. A lot of people think this is poopy. I thought we were doing a good job. No, this is completely fucked up. Fraoch needs to be S. Birds and Bees is D's nuts. And Joker IPA is A.
I don't think so.
This is like dog shit. Absolute dog shit. This is not. If we could Joker IPA D. No, there's definitely not. 100%
okay.
not. 100% not. For me, Fraoch S. Yep. A.
To be honest, if they're watching, this is the true ranking. Mr. Williams.
If they're looking at this,
and your brother,
Mr. Williams, this is how we are looking. But for me personally, Fraoch is S. A is Joker and the March of the Penguins.
Forget those penguins.
B is 7 Giraffes, and D is Caesar Augustus. Birds and bees dead last. Hold on.
Disco's trying to.
I was going to say, did I just hold on? Did I just kind of double negative myself?
Maybe I wasn't listening.
Okay, that makes sense. Fraoch is S in terms of my ranking personally. A is March to Penguins and Joker IPA. B is 7 Giraffes. D is Caesar Augustus. And E is Birds and Bees. If we're talking about real quality.
Oh no! Did I?
There we go. Oh yeah, see, yeah, I think 7 Giraffes. I think 7 Giraffes is as good as March.
Okay.
No, hold on. March is A.
Okay. Really?
Get flicking. Yeah, get flicking, buddy boy. No, hold on. We want the people to see my real. No, Stuart.
What mark? I don't see any march of the penguins.
March is A. I don't know. I haven't decided whether it's better than Joker. I think they're both very similar. No, that's not the one.
It's a B for me. This is a joint league.
It's definitely not a B. It's definitely not a B. It's near the top. 100% near the top. Put it on B so we can at least get a screenshot of my ranking. Okay, ready? Are you taking the picture? That's it. That to me is very nice. I think B's above C because it's a good hybrid bev. Caesar says it's a hybrid bev. I just don't think there's anything special there. I think it's a slightly more hoppier lager. Birds and Bees like rock solid, but like the more I think about it, it could be a C. But I think Caesar Augustus slightly takes the vote in that one. It swings the vote for me personally. That I'm quite happy with that in terms of me. But what about you, Stuart?
Mm-hmm. I don't want to say Fraoch's overrated.
I'm not gonna. We're not just gonna end the lager logs tomorrow because you don't love Fraoch. Maybe actually we will. I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Yeah. Okay. I will let you have it as S rank. But yeah, it's definitely like an
you were saying, different.
It's an A B territory for me.
I think the main reason it goes to S is because it's different flavors, different combination of flavors, individual flavors, hybrid of certain styles. That's what takes it up to S rank for me, personally.
It's just yes, it is a very floral tasting beer. It's almost herbal. Again, like it just feels medicinal. Like if I choke through the cold, like
you never go on that.
If I pour a Fraoch into the kettle, let it boil, and then just like it's a nice warm temperature, have a little gargle.
But we can agree.
Of honey.
We can agree on, in terms of flavor profile, the most distinct of all the beers.
Yes.
So whether that's what we review beers for, I don't know. I feel like in terms of flavors, I think that's going to push it up to the top. In terms of me, for me, like it's distinct. Whereas A and below are just good examples of their chosen style, with maybe B, C being a bit different, but still not interested enough to kind of go higher than that. Personally, I think Joker IPA is fantastic. Like in terms of like a good IPA,
Yeah.
I think Double Joker is not different enough to really kind of play into
Double
this
Joker
list.
was unhinged. That was definitely.
I'd be interested to
I
see
felt
where.
like we ranked it higher than the standard Joker.
I'd be interested to see where we thought it was. I didn't think it was too different than Joker, so maybe because of those Napier factors,
We did
would
have like
rank it a little bit
Joker,
higher.
then Double Joker, and then Juicy Joker we put it below. Remember both of us being strangely put off by that brew.
Yeah, it was a bit of an odd one. I feel like Double might take it a little bit higher. Juicy was just not really what I was expecting in terms of brews. I don't know where that rank. Double might be maybe an A plus. March is definitely A, rock solid, kind of in between a B and A, but I'd say A because it's definitely above 7 Giraffes.
Right.
And then he's Stu's favorite beers. It's quite sad.
If you want to keep me sweet, and
I think to be honest, Stu, I think Birds is C. I feel uncomfortable with D. I feel like I don't think there's any Williams Bros that's below C. To be honest, I feel like that looks good to me.
Right. You know what looks good to me? It's.
I don't know. Like I said, I feel like March is kind of between.
It's a nice standard style. It's nothing to write home about. It's like, I'd like to try dark beers, but I don't know where to begin.
I feel like
I got the B just for you.
I feel like I'm happy with that. I feel like it's definitely in between territory. But if we were talking about both yours and mine opinion combined, I think that's very fair. And I feel like Caesar, Augustus, and Birds and Bees together is very fair as well. I feel like one's a very good example of a very specific style. And hey, George, can't believe you're watching this shit. I'm sure you have better things to do on a Friday night. But Caesar and Birds together. Love you too, George. Thank you for tuning in.
I think she's left. I forget about Instagram, but I'm giving her a moment.
I think Caesar and Birds, it makes sense to have them together. I don't know about you, man, but it makes sense to have them together.
Okay.
I'm really happy with that. I feel like D is a bit too harsh for anything Williams Bros, and I feel like that's a really good ranking.
Yeah, I think that's a fair ranking.
There's a lot more brews by them.
I know it is endless,
and there's been new releases every year in terms of what Aldi's offering, which is really cool. We can always kind of get to that and review that. And they've always got great beers, man, like really good beers. Like they never kind of disappoint in terms of flavors. There's always something really good. It's never like, guys, this season we've got a 2.1 session beer. It's always something interesting going on. If you look in the main catalogue, these are all ones that we ranked, and they're all just bangers. I haven't seen like Choco Blocker, Che Guevara. Not something I've tried myself. Double Joker, as Mishu said, I think that would maybe be somewhere higher on the list. El Perro Negro, we did try, and I think we liked it. Weren't like massive fans of it, but I think we did enjoy that. But yeah, a lot of those more traditional brews, I think that I do just try. Like I know there's like a seaweed nettle brew or something like that would be cool to have a go on. But 206 is the pack that we've tried tonight. And I say, all of these beers are amazing. I don't think there's any. I know there's any that have sucked. Like they're all just like fantastic brews. Like depending on your kind of ranking, I don't know where they're for you, but for me, they're all just like fantastic brews. Definitely like sessionable. I think Stu can talk a bit more about Roisin because I think he's tried that.
Yeah, it was a nice
There's one I haven't tried.
tea berry beer.
Mm.
I believe they called it,
Which is good. As I say, yeah, Double Joker, great. Juice Joker, we were a bit disappointed with, but it's still good.
I'm not familiar with this one. The Winter Spruce.
Never tried that before, but I was
Yeah.
just saying while you were away, Stu, more of the traditional brews. I think we haven't tried. There's like a seaweed IPA and a few other bits that I think will be really cool to try. Just great brews. Like I think Sapien I've tried, did enjoy that. Can't say what's distinctive about that other than it being kind of a double IPA. But really good. Bolo Old they've got, which is different to Bolo Young. There's please don't drink Joker AF. Don't do that. Pavlov's Dog.
Yeah, you used to like that one, didn't you?
Yeah, we did try that and we did enjoy that a lot. Have not tried any of the Marshall brews, but I'm assuming they're good. But look at this, guys! You get a T-shirt, three brews. That's fire.
Yep.
Come on, guys, please. That's not. This is a good pack. We're not sponsored, but we would like to maintain our relationship with Williams Bros. If they're watching.
Okay, we're coming close to 2 hours.
So it's time to stop.
I think
Stop, guys.
we've drank the beers. We've ranked the beers.
End the stream.
And
I can't stand anymore.
It can't get better than that.
I'm very, very happy with this ranking. I think that's very fair. I think that me and Stu have been very close with our reviews and our kind of things towards the beer. I'm extremely happy. Take that back. I'm extremely pissed off with our rankings, and I don't think we should do any more. I don't think we should do any more rankings.
That's more aesthetically pleasing.
But yeah, I'm sure Stu will add links to other Williams Bros beers that we've tried. I'm sure they're here. Knowing Stu, they're somewhere around here. So click on them.
Sorry, I'm rehashing all the comments.
Shout out to Georgia KW. Legend. Absolute legend. We're going to go now because
Yes.
2 hours.
Was it 2 hours?
Up.
Thank you for the 250 subscribers. Let's get another 250. Cheers. Peace. Love. Lagerlog.